we're gonna make you catch one like a man.
It's straight manual labor.
So we're gonna make a long run. Those fish are way, way up there. They're like,
I can never give back to fishing what fishing has given to me. Okay, we're gonna blast off here. Feel free to sit wherever you want. And I have even developed a better appreciation for that in recent years by sharing what I do. Of course, this is kind of a different deal. We call it the double balloon rig. So we use this kite because it'll get the bait out away from the boat, catching bluefin tuna, specifically on the kite, here in my backyard in Southern California, with other people. No, they're breezing right here.
This is them right here?
Oh, I'm bit.
How's that feel? Like a big ass fish, dude.
Keep that line tight, buddy. Keep that line tight.
Yep.
Go ahead and grab it down, bud. Hero, you wanted your shot, buddy. You got it. Woo! Look at that, boys. You're doing something that your grandfather never had the opportunity to do.
Here we go, baby.
That's what we came for, my friend. And man, I cannot say in words how fulfilling that is.
Woo! Let's go!
Dude, that was
Let's go!
That was so
That's not a small fish either.
it's good to have you back on the boat.
Thanks for having me,
You
Ali.
didn't even come out last year, did you?
Not once.
You suck. You're way too busy working.
I know, it's brutal, but we're here today.
Yep. We got a couple goals for you today.
Okay.
Okay, we've shot a few tuna together, you know.
Some of the best days of my life.
Been a lot of fun. Today, we're gonna make you catch one like a man. So we're gonna catch one on the kite.
Okay.
And then you're gonna fight it. And Dave and I are gonna mock you as you fight it.
Yeah.
Forrest Galante, in my mind, is kind of the new Steve Irwin.
Back up, back up, back up.
He's the guy that runs around, grabs every lizard, every snake, jumps on sharks' backs. I mean, he basically does dumb shit for a living. He's a big spear fisherman. You know, I'm obviously not. I'm a rod and reel guy. And I invited Forrest down with his buddies and tried to put him on some tuna. They had a banger day. They shot, I don't know how many, 6 or 8 tunas their first day with me. And ever since then, I've kind of been Forrest Tuna Connection.
It's been the ticket lately. Is it foamers, breezers?
Lots of foam.
Near mark foam.
Yeah, lots of foam. The challenge lately has been they're so dialed in on anchovy. We're seeing anchovy balls that are massive.
I've been seeing that from the aerial stuff.
Dude, like I'm talking 10 times the size of this boat. They're huge. So the challenge has been they're at the taco bar and you're trying to get them to eat sushi. But you just got to grind, and then one of them will slip up sooner or later. So that's kind of the plan. That's what it's been. Every day's a little different. So let's just run up there. Let's have a good time.
Taking Forrest on this trip was going to be a little bit different. We always kind of bicker back and forth about the spear guy versus the rod and reel guy, and this time I told him I wasn't going to let him shoot one until he caught one on rod and reel and got to see things through our lens. So I say it all the time, you know, these bluefin are super moody, and today's mood is we're going to be really far from San Diego, and we're also going to be really finicky in terms of being able to shoot a fish and catch a fish. Yeah, we'll put so Forrest, this is kind of a different deal. We call it the double balloon rig.
Okay.
So we've got our normal balloon on the kite, and then we're going to put a balloon right here, right above the release clip. And what that does is it kind of takes the weight of the kite off of the bait, or the weight of the bait off of the kite line, and gives it way more lift. So normally these fish are foamed up and they're eating anchovies. Well, in this case, it was sort of a mix with really more sardine being eaten than anchovy. And when a bluefin is on anchovy, it's a very different animal than when it's eating sardines. Bait will be suspended here at see the clip?
Yeah.
The clip's about to get picked up by that swell.
Oh, right there, okay.
So it's like directly above it. When it's on anchovy, they ball them up, they foam real hard, they get super distracted, and you can get a lure in there and trick one fairly easily, fairly regularly. When they're on sardines, because it's a bigger bait, they don't ball up as well, and the bluefin end up feeding very vertically. It's not as bad as it feels, because that first kite's got a little bit of tension to it, but this will help a bunch. And then later on in the day, we usually don't need the second. But getting them to eat a bait is a lot trickier when they're flowing up on sardines, just because they're not foamed up intensely in the exact same spot where you can throw something in and they're gonna make a quick mistake and you're gonna hook a fish. So today's challenge, first thing right off the bat, is getting Forrest bit. Just to the right of that sport fish out there, I see a bunch of birds dancing around right on the horizon.
Did you see them flash or anything?
No, they're breezing right here.
This is them right here?
That little dark
That's
pocket.
the spot?
Yep. Come right a little.
Sick. Yeah, so it's interesting being out here. I mean, I fished a lot, but the fishing that I've done is a lot of freshwater fishing, a lot of trolling. This whole kiting, ballooning thing's a different style. My style is get in the water and chase them around with a spear gun where they don't have to be hungry. Part of it takes a lot less skill, part of it takes a lot of different skill, but doing this with Ali, seeing how him and Dave rig all these things, these crazy balloons. I thought we were going to a kid's birthday party when we first got out here, because the first thing that came out were kites and balloons, but I guess this is how these guys think we're going to catch fish, so we'll see how it goes. Right there, that's a patch?
Yeah, that's a breezer right there,
Oh, cool.
Little spot, but we saw the fish up and rolling and it being active.
They gotta just pop, right? Might be later in the day.
And usually it's on the tide, which we're right on top of, and it's, for whatever reason, they're just acting weird today.
Huh.
You know, even when you're struggling all day, you've got to maintain that focus. We say it all the time, like what we do, we go from idiot to hero in less than a minute.
Did you see him chipping at all?
Saw one roll, but these birds have been sitting on top of them like they're just subsurface. And there's another spot out here too that we saw going. You know, when you look at an Instagram post, all you see is guys in the corner of the boat holding up a big fish. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter who you are, how good you think you are, there's always a struggle.
No, I just saw a flash right there, didn't I?
I don't know. That might be them right on the heels of the whale, and usually they blow up and go crazy. For every day that goes super easy, when you roll in and look like you know what you're doing and everything goes your way, there's 5 days where we're in the tower, in the binos, grinding out our eyeballs, burning them out, just to find that one fish that's in the right mood to cooperate.
So super cool. We've just come up on a fin whale here, and you can see all the birds working. There he is spouting right there around this beautiful fin whale. And something that I've seen as a diver is oftentimes when you have a whale like that, they come in and they scatter the bait, and the tuna come and push the bait back in together. So Ali knows better than I do. Look at that beautiful fin whale. But I would say that this is a very good sign for us to at least find some fish.
The other X factor that we have today is we have these fin whales. If you don't know what a fin whale is, they are the second largest whale in the ocean, and from my understanding, the second largest animal ever on Earth, next to, of course, the blue whale. Well, fin whales are kind of a blessing and a curse. They make it easy to find the fish because they're usually with the whales, but the curse is a lot of times they'll come in and shut down a bite and eat the whole bait ball. I'm right in front of them. Boom, right on their head. Yeah, I think I go neutral for a sec. And look around, see if they're not still blowing up in there. The blessing is you get this moment of opportunity when that whale comes in and it will swallow the whole bait ball. Right after he eats that bait ball, what he doesn't eat scatters in every direction. And it gives you this little window to get a lure or a bait in there, and usually it's gonna get smoked. I'm bit.
You're bit?
I'm bit.
No way. You're on?
Forrest, shut up! Turn the reel over, spear boy.
Why are we doing this? It's so difficult. Just shoot him.
You know, this fight for me was really special. I'm with a good buddy. I mean, we're tight. We hang out, you know, several times a year, get together, do all this. And honestly, Forrest's kind of a badass. He runs all over Africa doing a bunch of crazy shit with wild, giant animals that I would never do. And now he's in my world, and that's when I get to have some fun.
So here we go. I'm on. I've only ever caught one tuna on a rod before, and it was with Ali, and it sucked.
Yeah, just go smooth and steady, please, Forrest.
Don't pump it at all. Okay.
Dude, we had about a 15-second window there, and we made the most of it.
That was super impressive. The tacticality of that was amazing.
You know, probably the best takeaway from this whole day for me was getting to show Forrest how we do it.
I see Ali do this, and he like does it over the rail, but
we're gonna get you. We'll get you set up for that, Forrest. Keep that line tight, buddy. Keep that line tight.
Yep.
Thank you. He does all kinds of badass stuff. He's in the woods. He's in the water. He loves to dive, but this is something he's never done.
It's hard, man. I don't know why you guys do this. Just
we don't do that.
Let the float do all the work.
No, you get people to give you money to come out and do this.
That's insane to me.
You just get to yell at people and have fun.
It's just manual labor.
It's straight manual labor.
No, it's a blast, dude. Are you kidding me?
So to really bring him into my world, and I'll tell you, and Forrest will tell you the same thing, this was a bucket list mark. Every one of these fish is a piece of history. You know, it's like you're doing something that your grandfather never had the opportunity to do.
Well, especially with California bluefin, right?
That's what I'm saying.
These
fish
fish
didn't exist. So
big fish.
what I try to train people is just watch the rod tip. The rod tip comes up, wind down.
Yep.
The rod tip's doubled up, then don't worry about it.
Okay.
Well, you're like a freaking awkward baby deer with that.
Apparently, man, it's so big and awkward compared to the stuff I'm used to fishing. I mean, it's crazy. It's just such a different game to what I'm used to, right? I fly fish and I do some freshwater fishing, and this is its whole own thing with the balloon and the kite. And
See him? Yeah, he's at like 90 feet. You're good.
Okay.
80 feet. No, this guy's actually really cooperating right now.
here we go, baby. Starting to sink in what's happening
No,
now.
you'll get it. You'll get it. Oh yeah, you're on leader, dude.
Yep.
You want to get us
We're right there.
Yeah. Oh, you got him? Yeah, so you're 30 feet away from him right now. When you can show a guy like that who's been all around the world, done all kinds of crazy stuff, something really new that he's going to remember for the rest of his life, I think you've made your mark and you've done something really cool for someone else that you respect and like to spend time with.
Oh.
Wind it right through. Wind.
Run
Oh,
through? Okay.
hold on.
Okay. Yep. Let him run. Let him run.
Yep.
Let him run.
Pull it this way a little bit. We just want to keep waiting for the props. Yeah, you wind that thing right through the eye. And sometimes we won't want to go through when it's bent. Just let it come up a little bit,
Okay.
and then you can wind it right there.
You got it. Oh,
You're good.
thought he popped for a second. The fish are so unbelievably powerful. When you spear them, you get an insane feel for what it's like fighting them, but they're really fighting a float that's on the surface. This is you and the fish, right? I gotta say, gents, I was pretty impressed with that boat maneuvering. You had one spot of fish for 5 seconds and managed to make it happen.
That was all skill, I'd like to tell you, but I'd be lying. that was very fortunate they popped up where they did. Okay, we're right to leader, Dave. Okay, just stay right where you're at, Forrest. He's gonna come around, and I'm about to ruin his weekend. Oh.
Ready? Boom! Hold on, Ali.
Put that reel and free spool with the clicker on, please, sir.
Yep. Done!
Woo!
Let's go!
Dude, that was so.
Let's go!
That was so. Look at the head on that
Not a
thing.
small fish either.
Dude.
It's at a 150?
Easy 150. Yeah.
Easy 150? Yeah, the strength of them is unbelievable. And to have this fish 150, 160 pounds right here that's going to feed all of us for the next couple weeks, it's a dream come true.
You got off easy too. You're gonna have to wind another one.
No, I'm done.
For whatever
I'm
reason,
done.
this was very
No, that one.
Come on, you're young.
No,
Me and Dave are old guys.
I'm
You
playing.
don't want
I'll
us
pull in as
doing
many
that.
more as you want.
Okay, nice and slow. Watch your toes.
Yep.
He's gonna slide in
All
towards
good,
you once he
all
comes
good,
off of
all
there.
good, all good.
Yeah, that's not
That's
small.
a big fish.
That's a really nice
That's
one.
a big old fish, my boys.
Woo!
Let's go, baby.
That's awesome.
Jesus.
Man. We did it. We did
Go.
it. It's crazy. Once you're kind of enveloped in this whole world of fishing industry, and the other, sort of side industries, one of them, my absolute favorite, is sushi. I love eating it. I love the culture. I love the history behind it. I love the art form of it. And that sort of led me to geek out in my free time with making sushi, learning, where it comes from, learning all the different fish, going and eating some of this rare stuff. And somewhere along that travel, I ran into a guy named Hiro. Hiro has a YouTube channel called Diaries of a Master Sushi Chef.
And still help if you buy filet.
Because there's a mayonnaise which kind of keeps everything together anyway.
Yes, that's right.
Hiro is a Japanese sushi master, born and raised in Japan, trained in Japan, came to the United States, settled in Miami. He's opened various restaurants around the country. Hiro's a guy who deals with tuna day in and day out, but he's never caught one. I'm hoping we can change that on this trip. All right, Hiro, so I know you get a little bit seasick, right?
Yes.
I've got something to compound that.
Okay.
Or to make it, to prevent it, not compound it. This is a Seakeeper. What
Okay.
this device is, it's kind of new in boating. Underneath my seat, there's a giant flywheel. Not everybody is cut out for long days at sea. Fortunately, we've got the great equalizer on my boat, and that being the Seakeeper.
So I'm not gonna get the seasick today.
I promise nothing, because I don't know how seasick you get, but we're gonna try and prevent it with everything
Okay,
we got.
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna blast off here. Feel free to sit wherever you want.
Okay.
It's gonna be about, close to an hour run. When you're teaching anybody a new skill, I think it's really good to start with the basics. For the smaller fish, sometimes we get big ones on this too, but this is a spreader bar that we're putting out, sort of a northeastern. And if the opportunity affords itself, the basics for us are, let's catch a couple small fish, right? You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Push it towards me and pull it out. Then Brian, could you clear those other rods?
I got you. I'm on it right now. Leave it in there.
I saw it blow up on it. That's a good one. Let's get you comfortable with the rod and the reel, holding it, feeling the fish pulling, how the reel works and all that. You doing okay there, bud? You all right? We can give you low gear too if it'll help. I don't think you got too much further to go. I'd say it's a 60 or an 80, something like that. It's a pretty good hole. I happen to be looking right at the lure and that thing hit. Whitewater everywhere. Fortunately, this day we had that opportunity. We kind of broke him in proper, let him catch some smaller fish. Feeling the burn? You like to cook tuna or catch tuna? Keep pulling, you're doing great, bud, great. Ooh, I hear heavy breathing. There he is, 35 pounder, 40 pounder. Great intermediate fish. Ooh, wow. I got a little bit of the top loin, but not too bad. Look at that. To this point, we basically trolled, caught a couple of nice fish. You know, he's stoked, he got the feel for everything. Now it's time to show him what I like to think of as the real art of Southern California bluefin fishing, and that is kite fishing. Oh my gosh, that is such a big school, it's not even funny. A lot of people think kite fishing was born in Florida, you know, and it was sailfish and all this. Nothing could be further from the truth. Kite fishing was born here in Southern California over 100 years ago with guys just like us seeing these big fish jumping around and wanting to find a way to catch them, you know, on heavier gear. And that's when the need for the kite came about. You know, Farnsworth and Zane Grey and all of these legendary names, they pioneered this technique of putting a kite off the side of the boat, presenting it to a school of fish with a dead flying fish with its wings rigged out and a couple hooks in it. So we use this kite because it'll get the bait out away from the boat and we can suspend it over the fish. And you'll see when we slide into the fish. And on the other hand, Hiro is a practitioner of an art, a very ancient art of Japanese sushi. And, you know, being able to kind of compare and contrast, and I love the technical side of what he does and how he turns these fish into these amazing meals. And, you know, he was super geeked out seeing the technical side of what we do. I'm gonna set up on these guys now. Oh, there's some big ones in this school, really big ones. This is exactly what we're looking for. Oh my gosh, that is such a big school, it's not even funny. Go ahead and grab it down, Ryan.
You ready to get it, Ryan? Hold on to me for the gate.
Just keep it tight, perfect. Keep that thing tight. Yoo! Dude, I saw that, I'm like, that looks like a little, whoa! Yeah, we'll bring the kite into the clip. That is the one I wanted, boys. You know, it's pretty easy to build a relationship with a guy like Hiro because he's so entrenched in tuna and I'm so entrenched in tuna. Oh, you wanted your shot, buddy, you got it. Yeah, you can leave it in there for a bit and then eventually we're gonna go to the bow. The most important thing is to keep that line tight. He's really curious about my side of the coin and I'm really curious about his. Wind. Don't let that rod tip pop up on you. Well, that's a good one. That's a no shitter right there. Let's go. Keep that line coming in. Yeah, that's definitely a no shitter. You know, being able to show him where that fish comes from, how that fish is handled, how that fish is treated, and honestly, at like the highest level, right? Oh. One more pass, and I'm going to end this guy's day.
One more pass here. You're almost there.
Look out.
One more pass.
I got him. Okay, get a second gaff, please. Second gaff. Free spool with clicker on. It's okay. Get him under the chin. Under the chin. Perfect. Lift. Looky what we got, boys. So Hiro and I had made a deal. If I could catch him a fish bigger than him, he was gonna throw a sushi party at my house for me, my friends, and family.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the one we were looking for.
Wow.
Nice work, man.
All of you.
Nice teamwork, guys.
Wow.
Hiro-san, #1 big-time tuna killer. Remember when I told you that was a warm-up? Wasn't joking, huh?
That sounds heavy,
That's what we came for, guys. Being able to share with somebody else what we do and turn them on to just a whole nother side of an animal they may or may not be very familiar with, it's fulfilling. That's what we came for, my friend. I can't even talk, he's still so beat. I can't wait to see what you do with this amazing animal. It's just an awesome thing to be able to do what you love, share what you love, you know, see other people turned on, and I'm changing lives. Those two guys left San Diego with a very, very different perspective of an animal, being the bluefin tuna, you know, our side of the coin, how we find them and catch them. And I think also they've seen our respect for these fish. These are badass animals. You know, they're very valuable. They should be treasured. They should be protected. And that's how we try to treat them from the minute we put a hook in the water until that fish goes in the icebox.